Have you been waking up once, twice, even 4 times a night just to pee? You're not alone, and more importantly, it's not something you have to just live with. Hi there. If you're over 60 and your sleep is constantly being interrupted by urgent trips to the bathroom, I want you to know. This isn't just a normal part of aging. It's actually a sign that something in your daily routine may be out of balance. And here's the good news. You can fix it. No medications. No invasive procedures. Just a few smart, simple changes to habits you may not even realize are affecting your nights. You see, broken sleep isn't just frustrating. It steals your energy, clouds your focus, and over time, it can even increase your risk of falls, memory problems, and feeling low. But once you understand what's really going on and how to gently correct it, you can begin sleeping through the night again, deeply, peacefully, and without that nagging need to get up. I've seen this happen time and time again, and today I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common mistakes that quietly trigger nighttime urination in older adults. You'll learn exactly what to avoid and what to change, so you can finally enjoy the uninterrupted rest your body truly needs. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. How many times a night are you currently getting up to pee? Drop a quick comment below, and let's support each other in this journey to better sleep. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Health 365. We're building a space where your health, energy, and independence come first, at every age. All right, let's take a look at the first habit that might be sabotaging your sleep without you even realizing it. Let's talk about one of the simplest, yet most overlooked, reasons why you might be waking up to pee at night. Drinking liquids within 3 hours of bedtime. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I already avoid water after dinner. But here's the twist most folks miss. It's not just about drinking water. Many of us are unknowingly consuming hidden fluids that quietly fill the bladder. Things like a warm cup of herbal tea, a bowl of soup with dinner, juicy fruits like watermelon or cantaloupe, or even certain medications that come in liquid form. All of these contribute to your body producing urine right when you're trying to sleep through the night. As we age, our kidneys become a bit less efficient at managing fluids. That means what you consume late in the day tends to stay in your system longer and gets processed right around the time you're trying to get into your deepest sleep. And here's the kicker. When your bladder fills during the night, your sleep gets interrupted before you reach REM sleep. That precious deep stage where your brain repairs itself and your body recharges. So if you're waking up tired, foggy, and needing more naps during the day, it may not just be getting older. It could be this one habit quietly stealing your rest. And the fix? It's incredibly simple. Start by setting a liquid curfew. If your bedtime is around 9 p.m., try to stop consuming any liquids by 6 p.m. That includes all drinks, water, tea, coffee, juices, and even foods with high water content. Be mindful of soups, fruits like oranges and melons, and even frozen treats like popsicles. If you're worried about getting thirsty or needing water for medication, that's okay. Just keep a small glass nearby and use it only when absolutely necessary. It's not about cutting out hydration entirely. It's about timing it better. Try to front-load your fluid intake earlier in the day when your kidneys are most active and your bladder has time to empty long before you go to bed. Here's what happens when you make this change. Your body naturally starts producing more of a hormone called vasopressin. It tells your kidneys to slow down urine production at night. That means your bladder fills more slowly, and you sleep longer stretches without interruption. The result? You feel more refreshed in the morning, your energy returns, and you regain the freedom to enjoy your days. without that constant drag of poor sleep. It's a small change, but it's often the beginning of big improvements. Now that you've seen how one habit can throw off your entire night, let's look at another one that's just as common, and even more sneaky: eating dinner too late and choosing foods that act like natural diuretics. Yes, some of your favorite, healthy evening meals might actually be sabotaging your sleep. Let's unpack that next. I know it might seem harmless. After all, who doesn't enjoy a light snack in the evening or a late dinner after a long day? But what many people don't realize is that the timing of your meals and what you eat has a direct impact on how often you wake up at night to use the bathroom. Let's start with timing. When you eat too close to bedtime, especially within 2 to 3 hours, your digestive system is still working while you're trying to wind down. And that process doesn't just affect your stomach. It also stimulates your kidneys, especially if your meal contains foods with natural diuretic properties. Now, here's where it gets sneaky. A lot of foods we consider healthy, like tomatoes, celery, watermelon, green tea, or even a small square of dark chocolate, are natural diuretics. They encourage your body to flush out water, which means more urine, right in the middle of the night. And let's not forget salt. High-sodium meals can cause your body to hold on to water during the day, only to release it at night when you lie down. That's why some folks notice they don't pee much during the day, but as soon as their head hits the pillow, the bathroom trips begin. So, what's the fix? Eat dinner earlier, at least 4 hours before bed. If you usually sleep around 9 p.m., aim to finish dinner between 5 and 6 p.m. This gives your body enough time to digest and process fluids before you sleep. Second, start paying attention to your evening foods. Try to avoid known diuretics like tomatoes, asparagus, cucumbers, green tea, chocolate, watermelon, and herbal teas late in the day. Instead, opt for sleep-friendly choices like lean protein, chicken, turkey, sweet potatoes or brown rice, bananas, oats, or steamed carrots and broccoli. These are gentle on your system and won't trigger your bladder overnight. This small change can do more than just reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom. It can also improve digestion, reduce acid reflux that might wake you up, and help your body settle into deep, uninterrupted sleep. And here's something many folks report: less puffiness and swelling in the morning. That's because when you give your body time to balance fluids before bed, it doesn't have to catch up while you sleep. If your schedule is tight, or you take medications that need to be taken with food later in the day, don't worry. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about how to adjust safely. There are always flexible options. Once you make this adjustment, don't be surprised if you start waking up feeling lighter, clearer, and more energized. Your nights and your mornings might just become your favorite part of the day again. And now that we've addressed what you eat and when you eat it, let's explore something else that seems helpful, but may be doing more harm than good. A habit that feels smart, but might actually be working against you: going to the bathroom just in case before bed, even when you don't really need to. I know, it sounds like a harmless routine. In fact, many people do it because they believe it's a way to empty out and avoid waking up later. But here's the surprising truth. This habit can actually train your bladder to hold less over time and make it more likely you'll wake up during the night. Let me explain. Your bladder is a muscle, and like any muscle, it adapts to the patterns you give it. If you constantly empty it when it's only partially full, your body starts to believe that's its normal size. Over time, this teaches your bladder to signal urgency at smaller and smaller volumes, sometimes even when there's not much in there. What does that look like in real life? You go to the bathroom at 10 p.m. just in case. Then, by midnight, you're waking up with a full bladder sensation. But in reality, your bladder isn't really full. It's just doing what it's been trained to do, alerting you early, interrupting your rest for no good reason. The result? A frustrating cycle of poor sleep, anxiety about waking up, and a bladder that never seems to cooperate. So, how do we break that cycle? Start by applying what we call the real need rule. Before bed, ask yourself, do I actually feel a clear and natural urge to go? Or am I just doing it out of habit or fear? If you're not sure, try distracting your mind for 15-20 minutes with something relaxing, a book, calming music, or gentle breathing. Often, the feeling passes because it was never a true need in the first place. If you have mobility challenges or anxiety about emergencies, it's perfectly okay to keep a portable urinal or small commode nearby. But try not to use it unless there's a genuine urge. It should be there for peace of mind, not as part of your nightly ritual. Now, if you're someone who takes diuretics or has urinary urgency tied to a medical condition, be sure to talk with your doctor. There are safe ways to apply bladder retraining that won't conflict with your health needs. The good news is, your bladder can relearn. Most people who stop just-in-case bathroom trips before bed find that they gradually sleep longer, regain confidence, and reduce those false alarms. And more importantly, they feel like they've taken back control over their nights and their bodies. Now that we've covered habits around fluids, food, and bladder training, let's look at something you might never have suspected: how the way you sleep and the pillows you use could be pushing on your bladder all night long. That's next. Yes, really. Your sleep position and pillow setup can directly affect your bladder and your circulation, and how often you're up during the night. Here's how it works. When you sleep on your stomach, or even on your side without proper support, you're adding pressure to your lower abdomen. That physical pressure can push on the bladder, sending signals to your brain that say, "Hey, we're full," even when you're not. And if your legs and feet tend to swell during the day, which is common as we age, lying down at night causes that fluid to shift upward. If your pillows aren't supporting good blood flow, more fluid ends up being processed by your kidneys, right when your body is supposed to be resting. And that leads to more urine production at night. Now here's the powerful part. Changing your sleep posture can reduce nighttime urination by up to 40%, without any medication, surgery, or extra effort. The best sleep position for most people? On your side, preferably your left side, with a medium firm pillow between your knees and a pillow that keeps your neck in line with your spine. This position relieves pressure from the bladder, improves circulation, reduces back pain, and supports better breathing. If you're someone who's always slept on your stomach, don't worry. You don't have to change overnight. Start small. Try turning slightly to your side, placing a pillow behind your back for support, and putting a small pillow or cushion between your knees. You can train your body gradually to adapt. People who've made this shift often say things like, "I can't believe something as small as changing how I sleep helped so much." Not only do they wake up less to go to the bathroom, they also report fewer aches and stiffness in the morning, better snoring control, and a deeper, more refreshing kind of sleep. And for those with arthritis or joint issues, there are specially designed ergonomic pillows that make it even easier to stay supported and comfortable in a side sleeping position. Here's a tip. If you feel warm at night, avoid overly thick pillows or synthetic materials that trap heat. Because, as you'll see in the next part, room temperature and sleepwear also play a major role in how well you sleep and how often you wake up. So, before we wrap up, let's uncover one last surprising mistake that might be keeping you from the deep, healing sleep you deserve. Here's something you might never expect. The temperature of your bedroom, and even the pajamas you wear, can directly affect how often you wake up to pee at night. Sounds strange, right? But it's true. And it all comes down to how your body regulates temperature and hormones while you sleep. Let me explain. Your body is designed to slightly lower its core temperature at night. This small drop helps trigger melatonin, your sleep hormone, and vasopressin, the hormone that tells your kidneys to slow down urine production. But when your room is too warm or your sleepwear traps heat, your body can't cool down like it's supposed to. This interferes with the natural hormone signals, and as a result, your kidneys keep filtering fluids, even while you sleep. That means more urine, more bladder activity, and more trips to the bathroom at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., or 5 a.m. And the worst part? You may not even realize it's the heat that's triggering it. Many older adults sleep with the AC off, thick pajamas on, or under heavy blankets because they like to feel cozy. But too much warmth can backfire, especially during the night when your body is trying to enter deep, restorative rest. So what can you do? Aim for a bedroom temperature between 64–68 degrees Celsius, 18–20 Celsius. That's the sweet spot that allows your body to cool naturally and encourages deep sleep and proper hormone balance. If you don't have air conditioning, even a ceiling or portable fan can make a big difference. Or try opening a window for some fresh, cool air. Weather permitting, of course. Next, take a look at what you wear to bed. Swap heavy flannel pajamas or synthetic fabrics for light, breathable options, cotton, bamboo, or linen. These natural materials help your body release heat and stay comfortable all night long. And instead of bundling up in thick layers, use light layers that you can adjust easily. That way, if you wake up feeling too warm, you can remove a layer instead of overheating and triggering nighttime urination. People who make this one simple change often say they sleep deeper, wake up fewer times, and feel more refreshed in the morning. Some even notice better blood pressure, reduced snoring, and fewer night sweats, especially women in menopause. So if you've been struggling with night waking and nothing seems to help, look around your bedroom. Sometimes fixing your sleep has less to do with your bladder and more to do with your thermostat and pajama drawer. Now that we've walked through the 5 most common habits that sabotage your sleep and your bladder, let's talk about how to put it all together into a practical routine that helps you finally rest through the night. Because real change doesn't have to be hard. It just starts with a few smart shifts. Let's wrap things up with a simple plan you can follow starting tonight. So now you know, those nighttime bathroom trips aren't just part of getting older. Most of the time, they come from habits that can be changed. By adjusting when you drink fluids, what you eat for dinner, how and when you go to the bathroom, your sleep position, and even the temperature of your bedroom. You can take back your nights and wake up feeling truly rested. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated routines. Just a few simple changes, starting tonight, can make all the difference. And here's what I truly want you to remember. It's never too late to sleep better. Your body can still heal, adjust, and rest deeply if you give it the right conditions. If today's video helped you or gave you something to think about, please click like, leave a comment below. I read everyone. And subscribe to Health 365 so you never miss another tip that could change your life or the life of someone you love. Sleep well tonight. You deserve it.